Good evening, everybody. Dr. Glow here with Black Girl Everything. I'm so excited. It's my Tuesday mini expo night, and I'm back again. It's only been a couple of days since I last saw you, Miss Noreen. So I'm excited to have you in this space. But again, for those who didn't catch you at our pop-up last week, what is your name and where are you from?
My name is Noreen N. Henry, and I am from the Boogie Down Bronx, originally London, England.
Amazing, amazing, amazing. So happy to have you back with us today because I know you did your little introduction. You had so much information, and so many different parts to you, so many different parts to your brand and what you do, and definitely really about your story. So I was really excited to interview you specifically during Women's History Month because you have a little history to the life that you have already led and to where you are now, right? So
Yep,
what is
yep.
the name of your business?
Well, first of all, thank you for having me on your expo. It was just
Hey.
such a lovely to meet you last year. So it's Victorious Living Culture. It's Victorious Living Culture.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. So, what made you come up with that? Now, this is the time where you really can go ahead and tell that story.
All right. So how it came up, quite frankly, I was led to this. I was led to this. So my journey, my life journey led me to this. And so the name, I was led to call it Victoria's Living Culture.
Yeah,
So
it's
it
definitely
wasn't,
amazing.
so yeah, so it's based on, all the different struggles, the brokenness, the stuck, all those things, all the different things that I went through and overcame them, strategized and overcame them, led to Victorious Living Culture.
Okay, that's definitely. So, what type of work do you actually do? So, explain to the audience. I know because you're a published author of like over 20 books. I know you're a public speaker and you do workshops and all that other stuff. So, talk to the people about what you actually do.
Well, my day jobs, I'm a what do you call it now? Executive assistant. I do administrative work. So
Mhm.
that's actually my day job. So that's what I've done all my life. And it was a field that was chosen for me. So that's one of the things I was stuck in.
Okay.
So that's my day job. And then it was, like I said, as going through, then I was led to create Victoria's Living Culture and building the foundation of that with writing books, creating courses, etc. And once I leave the day job, I'll be doing it full time. It will be my full time thing. So
Okay. So,
it's
what
my
made you start it though? Because I know there's a story behind it. So, talk to the people
what
about
made
like
me
what made
start
you
it
start it.
was I was just led to do it. I was just led to do it. It was one I remember it was one New Year's Day about 8 years ago. It was New Year's Day, January 1st. I
Mhm.
did just go through some things ending the ending of that year. And then January 1st, I was sitting on my couch and I was going through emails and an email popped up to register for this course. And it was
Okay.
to do with coaching and speaking and everything. That's what it was to do. It was a free course. So that's when the journey started. I was at a low place and then just sitting there January 1st, came across that email and I took that course. And then that's when it started to like I'm now not remember which point came the name Victoria's Living Culture came to me that same year. But that's when it started because I was in a dark place with stuff going on, and the new year started with new beginnings.
Yeah, yeah. I think this year for me has been an amazing year of new beginnings. I'm think like every time I turn around, it's like smack something else, and smack something else. But it's shaping up to be an amazing year,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah. Oh yeah,
Even
oh
though it's
yeah. I feel it.
complicated.
Yeah, exactly. I feel it. I feel it. But yeah, but that's exactly how it started, and it just progressed from there. That's all it was. It just progressed from there to the to. I did start writing books. I believe it was that year, and then after that, doing different courses because I did more courses, and just can started to write. Just started to create programs and creating an academy. So it's really based on the things that I went through that I did not have the help for. Now it's turned around for me to help others with the struggles, the same kind of struggles. So
Yeah.
what
So what is some of the content in your books?
so one of my books, um, Victorious Living, Guide to a Happier Life. It talks
Mhm.
about the percentages of specifically Americans that are not happy, right? 'Cause people are walking around and they're not really happy, even though they show it. Like when you see them, it seems like they're happy, but inside they're not really happy. So it talks about the different things to do to be happy. One chapter is on love. One chapter is on forgiveness. Another chapter is gaining the knowledge, wisdom, and discernment. So that's what the Victoria's Living Guide to a Happier Life is about. Is teaching you the things to make it for you to do to be happy, because it's all internal. It's all internal.
Yeah, that makes sense to me, because I think people,
Yeah.
like, I woke up the other day, I was like, I'm really, really happy,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And, you know, I live through joy, I live through gratitude. And even when I'm not happy, I've always just expressed what I'm happy about, to just
Right.
appreciate the little things, even in those rougher days. But, you
Right.
know, I
Yeah.
find that people sometimes they just aren't very happy. And that's sometimes like
And
this people's lives. I'm like, you're really dissatisfied. Why?
And that's why Victoria's living culture came about. So because it's an awareness, right? Because that's what it starts with, being aware that you are not happy, right? Because one of the circumstances, right? I was stuck in this relationship, and really it was a bad relationship, but I was in it for years. I stayed in it for years. Not I was looking at it like trying to make it work instead of moving on, right? And so I was stuck going around that same mountain for years until it was a big thing that happened. Like the adultery came out, and that's when I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it no more. And then looking back, I was stuck in that dysfunction, not knowing that I was stuck in dysfunction, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
And
no, I
so
completely understand. I think we all got a story that can match your story. Listen, when you've been divorced at least once in your life, yeah, I can match your story any day, you know, about being stuck in dysfunction and stuck in a situation that necessarily doesn't serve you anymore.
Right,
Right. And you
right.
don't realize how much it wasn't serving you until you get out of it.
That's it.
Reminders.
That's it. That's it. And so that's where the awareness comes in. And so that's where we really have to stop and analyze our lives on a regular basis, so that we don't become stuck, because we could be stuck in anything. Another thing I was stuck in was emotional eating, and it became food addiction. Right, I was stuck in that cycle, right? And not until becoming aware that there's a name for it, right?
Yeah.
And then seeking things, like I started reading books and finding out about it, and that's becoming aware, and then doing something about it, because I didn't like it, right? I didn't like doing it, but didn't understand why I was doing it, right?
Yeah.
And so that's where the awareness comes in.
Yeah, yeah. I think if food is one of the biggest things that people are addicted to, never realize that they actually are addicted to food, especially sugar.
Right,
You know, when you start feeling like you're having a rough day, so let me have a cookie. You're having a rough day, let me eat this
right,
candy. Having a rough day, let me drink a whole bottle of wine, right?
right,
Because we have
right.
these things that we utilize to
Crutches.
cope with our
Right,
feelings
right,
instead of
right.
actually just acknowledging like, yo, my day is jacked up.
That's right. That's right. And that goes back too, because like I come from the generation where we went to speak, right? You're not to feel, you just do.
Yep. You figure it out. Keep on moving.
You just keep going. You just keep going. Because I remember there was a point how many years ago my my kids said to me, they thought it was easy, right? Because I just kept going, right? Whatever I need to do, I just do it. And it wasn't until, they come of age and start doing for themselves now, like, you made it look easy, even though it wasn't, right?
Exactly. Because life ain't easy. Nothing's easy about it. So
Nope.
out of the different types of workshops that you do, right? And they talk to me about the university,
The
the
Victoria's
academy.
Living Academy.
Yes.
Okay, so again, there's courses in there. So one course is on awareness, becoming aware. Another course is on secret to success is our thoughts and words. And there's a mini course, intriguing. There's another course about it's a kit about eating, to do with eating.
Okay.
So there's different courses in there. There's a course on the foundation of victorious living, like a 30-day course that takes you through basic steps to victorious living. So that's the academy piece of it, where it's self-study. You enroll, register, enroll, and it's a self-study thing. And at the end of it, there's options to contact me for coaching, um, and take it from there. And there will be more, as I go along, more courses will be added to it.
Oh, okay. That's definitely cool. That's
Mm-hmm.
definitely cool. So especially that self-study. So people like myself who have, the schedule of, ooh, I can be able to, I can do 10 minutes here. I can do 15 minutes there, 20 minutes
Right,
there.
right,
Because sometimes
right,
sitting still for an hour is complicated, especially as an entrepreneur and a mom,
right,
and a wife
right,
and a
right,
human
right.
being. All those things put
Yeah,
together makes time
everything.
so precious. And a lot of self-study work, it makes it easier for you. So in
Right.
regards to your books lean into more what type of genre mainly?
It's self-help.
All of it
Self-help.
self-help. Okay.
It's
So are
self-help.
they kind
Yeah.
of like journals?
There's a couple of journals. I have one right here. And another book I wrote is my story. It's Food Addiction, The Struggle Was Real. So I wrote that story as well. So one of the journals is the 30-day journal, and that's the one about your thoughts, your daily thoughts, because our lives, and many people don't realize how much our thoughts and our words determines our lives. And
Yeah.
so one journal is to track your thoughts daily
Hmm.
for 30 days. And
Yeah.
like I was saying on Saturday, at the end of that, it's going to determine where you are with your thoughts. And then now you can know what to do about it. And you can see, like, say many years ago, I was having defeated thoughts and I didn't know it was defeated. I was having those thoughts. So
Hmm.
again, it's always going to go back to the awareness.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah, that makes sense.
and that's everything is a biggie, I would say the thoughts and words are the biggest thing,
Hmm.
for me, that for us to really learn how to use our thoughts, and when the negative thoughts come in, we have to get them out of our minds and think on good things, think on right things, right?
Hmm.
Um, because our thoughts impact our lives, our whole lives, everything about our lives. So it's pretty deep.
No, it is very deep, but you're right though. Your way of thinking, because the universe is always listening, even when you're not speaking. Right? And how you think about things and how you project things out into the world is going to determine how successful you're going to be, how happy you're going to be, how structured you're going to be. It's all
Right.
about the language that you use. If you
Yeah,
speak of scarcity, you will always be in scarcity. You speak of
that's right.
abundance, you will always be in abundance. So there's an incredible power in words. Most of my lives in the morning, I talk a lot around language and about the usage of words and, leaning into gratitude. And that seems to be my favorite word this year. Gratitude is like my
Yeah,
keyword that I've
yeah,
learned
yeah,
this year, learn how to utilize it because like life is amazing when you live with gratitude.
yeah, yeah.
Things be
And
happening when you live with gratitude.
that's right. And it changes the perspective, right? You could
Yeah.
something negative could be happening, or the thoughts. And then once you think about something you're thankful for, it switches it,
Yeah.
totally switches it.
It definitely does. It definitely does. Definitely does. So Noreen, so for you, right, what is your favorite thing that you do?
My favorite thing that
Yeah.
I do personally, not to do with
Yeah. What brings you
um,
joy?
spending time with my grandchildren.
Oh, that is great. I'm a newly announced grandmother. Like,
Oh, nice.
yeah, so new.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really, really cool. Wasn't expecting,
Yeah.
well, I was definitely wasn't expecting this one, but they're here and I'm excited. And she
Nice.
actually turns a month old this week.
Oh,
So
nice.
it's been
Oh,
it's been a pleasure getting to know my granddaughter,
yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
been really, really interesting. Yeah, I know I'm only all of 22 with a grandchild, but it's okay. I'm just gonna take it as it's coming,
That's it. That's
and
it.
just happy that I'm here to experience it, and happy I'm here to
Yeah.
support,
Yeah.
and help lead her to
It's
greatness.
nice. It's
Yeah.
nice. And especially because somebody was just asking me yesterday about it, being a grandmother. And because I have five. I have five, four boys and one girl. And it's definitely different because you enjoy them more because you're not raising them, right? Like when it's your children, you love your children, you're raising them. So I find that, and I hear it all the time too, you enjoy your grandchildren more because you're not, for me, I say I'm not raising them. So I have more
Yeah,
fun
it
with them
feels
when
really
they go back
lighthearted.
home.
Like I get to play, and then I tell her, come get your baby.
Go back.
Go take your nap. Baby's leaving my room in 2 hours.
Go back home.
But yeah, but
So
no,
from that
I'm getting
standpoint,
accustomed to that thought process. But I get you. I get you. The fun part because you're not raising them and it's not permanent. It doesn't really shift your life as much
right,
as children do. Because I'm
right.
still raising, I still got a 5-year-old. So I'm still in the
Okay.
mommy mode all at the same time. So I'm like,
Right, right.
yeah, that one's not really mine. Yeah, yeah. She's mine part-time. That's it. That's it. That's it. So I was really excited about that. But yeah, I
Nice.
think one of my favorite things, I was always a super auntie. So being a
Mm-hmm.
grandparent is definitely going to be one of the highlights of my life
Yeah,
of just being able to provide and being able to
yeah,
send them home.
yeah. And the thing too, right? What I say with mine, like even my son said it to me, because I've learned so much, right? I've gained so much knowledge, and everything. I'm different than I was. So my
Mhm.
grandchildren are getting a different me than what my children had, right?
Word.
And
This
I'm
grandbaby
expect.
from the difference between me as a parent with my first child until now, I'm a rock star. Because you're in practice. You've been around for a while. You got a little
Right,
bit older. You
right.
realize some
Yeah,
things. You're like, oh, I
yeah.
really shouldn't have did
Yes.
that way.
That's right. That's right. Exactly. That's right.
It's a typical
I
mom
shouldn't
image.
have
No, I
thought
shouldn't have did
that.
that. Why did I do that? My perspective
Exactly.
was way off back then. And now as
Yeah.
an older adult, it's kind of
Yeah.
like,
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's a totally new human that they get. And I'm happy that at least I'm one of those individuals who have matured
That's key. Yeah.
and became
Yeah.
wiser because you have some folks who are still the same person that they were 20, 30 years ago.
Yeah.
And
They're stuck.
they're stuck.
They're stuck.
Hi, yes, that is definitely the
Yeah.
word.
Yeah.
They're stuck, which ultimately makes them unhappy.
That's right. Exactly. That's right. That's where victorious living culture comes in.
Yep. You are definitely right. Definitely right. So for people to connect with you, Miss Noreen, and purchase your books, your entourage of literature, how can they find you? Where can they find your books? Like, what do you have coming up? Do you have any events coming up or anything you
I
want to talk
do
about?
actually. So let
Oh,
me
share.
say that so my books you can get on my website, noreennhenry.com. I have an extra N in the middle. So it's noreennhenry.com and you click on shop, I believe, and you'll see my books listed there. And they're also available on Amazon, but I would prefer them to be bought from our website.
Yes, website. Get all your money, girl.
And the event. So I have the event coming up May 18th, and it's called the Victorious Living Experience, where stuck is not your story. So there'll be speakers, vendors. What else will there be? And it's just a very good event. Like I did it last year, and the comments that I get from it, because
Yeah. That
I
feedback is always
there
amazing.
it's right. And so that's May 18th. So I actually have the save the date out, and then more details will be coming shortly about it. Yeah. So, and that's in the
Oh, that's
Bronx,
dope.
right?
That's dope. That's
Right
dope.
here in the Bronx.
Right there in the Bronx. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. So, Ms. Maria, thank you for sharing space with me this evening and coming on telling more of your story. I know as we continue to grow our relationship
Yeah.
and get to know each other even better, that there'll be more of your story. I'm excited to learn more about you and your work. So again, this has been Dr. Glow with Black Girl Everything. Make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube, where you can find more videos like this around Black women-owned businesses, as well as just more of this listening to me talk. How about it? I'm kind of fun. But anyway, yeah, follow me. Make sure you check out our website. We have a number of events coming up for Black Girl Everything. So many fun things are just down the pipe, and I'm just really, really excited about them. So those of you tuning in on Facebook, make sure you're checking out the website as well. And until next time, guys, I'll see you later. Bye-bye.